Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. You'll always see a new game you've never seen before because we're playing every game. Pay no attention to the date in the top right corner because we are going back to 1978. We are now in all of the game releases that couldn't be defined. We couldn't find an exact date, so they were released sometime in 1978. We last left off with, the lovely sounding baseball on the Philips video pack in Europe. So we're chugging right along to our next game in order of release. This is Blasto, released sometime in 1978 in the arcades. All right, let's take a look at the artwork for Blasto. Here's the advertisement flyer. Turn on to Blasto. I don't know why, it sounds like a mascot, not a video game name. It's Gremlin's newest video game. And it looks just like it's in black and white with the screenshots. Wow. It looks like we're scoring points by hitting mines and blowing things up, I guess. Here's the arcade cabinet. Controls looks like we're just moving around and we have a fire button. Love arcade games with the simple controls. There's the marquee and there's our screenshot. So it's another arcade game programmed entirely in black and white. Gotta love 1978. We do have a manual for Blasto. This is the arcade manual and owner's manual by Gremlin. Let's see if the introduction has... No, Gremlin doesn't tell us anything except what we shouldn't do to electrify ourselves. So no information in the manual about how to play the game. But let's check it out. We're going to the arcade cabinet. It's 1978. This is Blasto, released in the arcade. Ooh. So here we go. The main attract mode just looks like a whole bunch of pixels. I can't make rhyme or reason. Let's see if we have any video description. It just says you control a ship that attempts to destroy mines. Okay, so let's put a coin in and push start on the arcade cabinet. Hit all the mines for a free game. This is Blasto. And let's switch over there. There you go. That's better. All right, so let's see. I am in control of the ship. Mine blaster, the little white doohickey that is moving around the grid, and I have a shot that I can shoot through the walls. Okay, and it blows up the pieces of it. Oh, fun. Okay, so it's just a destruction game. You just go around and you're trying to blow up as many things as you can, and it causes chain reactions. Okay, cool. And this is more than one player compatible. We saw at least two as on this arcade cabinet, but you can see you just try to hit the mines and blow things up. The sound effects are extremely arcade for 1978. You can hear in the background, it's all the sounds that are trying to be the most annoying as possible. But all I have is a time limit, and it looks like I'm just trying to get all the mines blown up before the time limit expires. And if I had a second player that was playing with me, I bet we could team up to work together to blow up all the mines. But very easy controls, just move around, blow things up, and I'm getting vibes of a puzzle game. This is be the very first where we're having to think about where to blow something up to cause a chain reaction to match other things to blow up. Never seen that before, but it's just fun. It's destruction. You're getting to blow things up. When our ears start to bleed, though, that'd be the question as far as the sound goes. Yeah, it's... Oh, I love the sound effects. That's great. All right, so time is up. So my 1/4, that's pretty much all I got for Blasto. That is a blast. Great idea, and something slightly different than what we've seen before. So let's go ahead and give that one above average. 3 stars is our average for the time. Blasto, 3.5. It's still in black and white, so I can't go like it's a really good game. It's got a simple premise, but better than average. Cool, so that's Blasto. Let's go to our next game. At this point, we're going in alphabetical order because all these games were released at some point in 1978. All right, our next game is Blue Shark in the arcade. Looks like it is a shooter game, possibly. All right, so here's the artwork. Here's the advertisement flyer. This is Blue Shark from Taito, which means it was programmed in Japan. And there's an example of the arcade cabinet. Looks like we have a water gun pistol mounted on the cabinet, but it's a shooter, so rock on. We love those. Looks like the controls are just aim left and right and then fire. There's the arcade marquee, and then just some random artwork, and then there's our screenshots. It is only programmed in black and white, so we might have some overlay for us. Here's the manual. This is Midway. And the manual says it's December 1978, but the manual has its own date, not when the game actually was released. So we can't confirm. It's sometime in 1978. All right, so instructions. Looks like it's just instructions on how to set up the arcade cabinet. We do have a spear gun. That's what it's mounted in front. Because we're supposed to be shark fishing, I guess. No information on the game itself, though. Yeah, so it's just how to set up the arcade cabinet. We won't do that one here. All right, so let's step up to the arcade. It's 1978. We're playing Blue Shark by Midway. Oh, nice. Okay, so we did get some of the artwork. There is no overlay, though. It's a total black and white game. Love the way it looks. Let's put a coin in. Cha-ching. And looks like I have a crosshair at the top that tells me where my harpoon is. And yet, oh, it looks like I hit the player and I got negative points. But it is similar to what we played as the sub or destroyer games. And I'm not supposed to hit the human. I saw I got negative for that. But you're just aiming and you're firing and it's shooting a vertical shot at the bottom of the screen. Not as fast or intuitive as Space Invaders. I shot the human again. As Space Invaders, but it is still very solid idea, especially if you had the harpoon gun in your hand. I'm just really good at shooting the player. There's a scuba diver that every time you hit, you get negative points for. And this arcade cabinet doesn't have instructions. Sometimes we see instructions on the control panel or on the sides that tell us what the point values are, but no, we don't have it here. The release we'd be playing would be the Japanese release in '78, but it's a time-based game, and we're just going around shooting all the different animals, so it's not just Blue Shark. We're getting all kinds of stuff. It looks like the Blue Shark is the hardest one to hit, though, or at least the fastest. There we go. I got that one. And we're just killing off all aquatic life in the ocean. And we get octopuses to shoot. Love it. All right, so harpoon shot. Pretty good. Blue Shark. So this would be, I think, the first shooter we've seen developed from Japan, or Taito. So this would be an average for the time, 3 stars for 1978. Blue Shark, looking pretty good. All right, moving on to our next game. We're still in the arcades. This is Bowling Alley. We've seen a few bowling arcade games. This is Midway's shot at a bowling arcade game. There's the advertisement flyer. Midway's 4-player bowling alley. And if you look at the arcade cabinet, it is a bowling ball that I think they're using as a trackball, similar to Atari football, that you roll the bowling ball to make it go down the lane. And there's the arcade cabinet. You can see the bowling ball embedded into the control panel. And man, the wood grain and the colors, that's the 1978 cabinet. Mwah. Beautiful. That's a terrible picture of the control panel. I thought we'd get a better zoomed in one, but looks like for controls we have how to move the ball up, down, left, and right, and then ways to hook or straighten out the ball. And this is another arcade game programmed entirely in black and white. Does the manual have any information? Yeah, so this is Midway's parts catalog. You can see they give you a screenshot and what to look for. And it's bowling in the arcade. All right, let's step up to the arcade. It's 1978, playing Bowling Alley by Midway. We're playing every video game, including bowling video games. All right, so to start, deposit 1 coin. Yeah, we'll put a coin in. Cha-ching. Anything happen? No? Oh, we did have something. Okay, press select button for flash start to start the game. So we'll go ahead and start. So there's my bowling ball at the bottom. Oh, nice. I got full control of the bowling ball. Yeah, so I'm using it like it was the bowling ball on the control panel. So I can move it down and then boom, knock them all down. This one has the best physics of any video bowling game we've played before. I feel like I have way more control of the bowling ball as it goes down the end. And when the pins get hit, everything else we've seen, they just disappear. But this time we actually see pins fall as they go down. Push the button for hook straight, go, go, go. Yeah, and you can even see them as they spin. They'll collide with other pins. This is the most impressive video bowling game we have played on the channel, bar none. We played different home ones, but you know they're not as good. And there's no sound though. They either haven't emulated it or it was coming from a different source than what could be programmed. Oh, we got to get a strike. Come on. The game's going so fast too. Notice how they give me the ball back and I can just go right to the next one. So I'm going to get through a bowling game extremely fast. Go. There's the strike. Can we do another one? Can we do it? No. Oh, okay, we got one of them left. Okay, we'll pick up the spare. So we got a lot of, yeah. Oh, okay, I gave it too much hook that time. You have a lot of control as it gets released. So down at the bottom is how you're starting the ball, and then you release after that, and then you determine how you want to spin it. That's great. And then at the top, you can see way at the top, there's a bar that's displaying like a different setups for the screen. I'll go ahead and move myself over to this side. There we go. Okay, so let's get out of that one. That's really good for the time for the video game for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and give that way above average. For 1978, this one I'd say it is a very good game. So 4 stars. Because it's still black and white, we won't go 4.5, but because we've seen some color in the arcade. But 4 stars. Great job, Midway. All right, next game. All right, we're back at home. This is Bridge Challenger for the Apple II. I guess you're playing computer bridge, which we're not going to spend too much time with it, but let's boot up our Apple II. It's 1978 playing Bridge Challenger on the Apple II. If anyone is out there that knows how to play bridge, it is a pretty fun card game, but to play it on the Apple II, it's probably going to be iffy. Yeah, it looks like we can set up and deal, and we have different options. So George Duisman programmed this. Great job, George. That's all we get for an Apple II game, at least for 1978. That's all that we'll check out.